let us know why should this new biologic solution should it work?
Thank you. So I'm Dr. Bancha from Bangkok, Thailand. And we have many Thai friends, Malaysian friends, Indian friends. Yeah, please. Where are you? To support them. This is from the Asian side. This is the European side. Yeah. So actually at the beginning, I don't believe that. Miguel, you remember you told me you give me some lectures. I think this is a magic patch. How does it work? Because you know, in our country, the cost is very high. So once you decide to do it, it must be worth doing it, right? So this is the biological augmentation like microfracture, PRP, BMAX, okay? But the only one that have level 1 RCT is the bioinductive collagen regenerated in right now in the literatures. Yeah. So as I told you, our experience is more than 20 years. But anyway, you see the massive cups still have like 30%, 40% retaliate. That means you improve your technique of surgery. You do double row fixation, but why the retaliate is still very high? So that means there's something we did not solve. That is a biology because we already fixed mechanical make it good, but biology is not. So these are the two causes of failure from biology, from mechanical. Okay, so you look at the footprint, sometimes it's avascular, or there's some scar tissue, or the tendon quality after the repair is like the scar tissue that can be easily fail. And mechanical things, your suture construct, it can be cut through the tissues or it's failed because the cup healing. So that's why it failed from two causes, mechanical and biology. So if you look at the, and you click on the video, look at the scaffold implantation. This is a porous type 1 collagen matrix. Okay, apply all the defects. So after you put it on, there will be the cell infiltration into the scaffold, and the host fibroblasts laterally migrate into the implant. And then there's a collagen formation after that, and newly aligned Charpet fiber and regular connective tissue develop. And finally, this implant will completely disappear, leaving the functional native tissue. So it will not be the foreign body. It will disappear after the healing, right? But you can get the thicker and better tissue quality. Yeah. So, yeah, we make like double row if we have enough tissues. Okay, and then we put the Rgeneten on the top. So today in the lunch symposium, someone asking about the position, okay, of the Rgeneten. Sometimes we don't need, like Emil said, sometimes you don't need the big anchor because sometimes your tissue is very bad proximally. So you just focus on proximal. Okay, so that's my practice. I did that. I always use the bigger size because I want to cover more. Because in my country, the small size and big size same price. So I want a bigger size and feel like, yeah, it's good, it's cheap. Okay. So if from the support evidence, so there are a lot of support evidence in terms of histology, X-ray, MRI, and also the clinical outcome, right? So if you look at the histology, so at 5 weeks, there's some fibroblasts infiltrate, okay, into the cell, into the patch, and then they will form the connective tissue at 3 months. And after that, at 6 months and 1 year, you can see the tissue is regularly oriented, okay, and nice tendon-like tissue. Okay. So if you look at this literature, they found that after you put this on, you can have the thicker tendon after the healing. So that is one of my indications. Once I see the patient have really poor tissue, degenerative, thin tissue, yeah, I think this is a good indication to put this patch on the top. You can get the thicker tissue after the complete healing. So if you look at this, the retaliate, okay, is reducing from 35%, right, to 12%. It's what 3 times reduce the retaliate. And also, if you look at relative reduction in retaliate at 2 years is 65%. Yeah. So now we're talking about the partial thickness. I start from partial thickness, okay? And now I do more in revision surgery and full thickness tear, okay? So this is my first patient. I did the subscap repair for her. Yeah, and 5 years after that, she has very bad issue. You see the supraspinatus? It look very, very bad. It look white. And finally, I think it returned. The patient has so much pain. Okay, so this is my first Rgeneten. I get in, I did not take down anything. I just put it on the top, right? And after that, the patient have better outcome and the tendon become black. Yeah, and the patient have very good outcome. So, from this literature, they found that the tear size and also the tendon thickness is getting better over time, right? And also, when you follow the tendon, the good tendon integrity is still good. After 5 years, the tendon quality is still in a very healthy tendon, right? No degeneration. So these articles, they put the Rgeneten, okay, on the top and comparing takedown, okay, and non-takedown. They found that both groups have good outcome. Because some patients, you don't need to take down. Like you get in, you see the tendon is very dirty. Sometimes there's multiple hole, lagged tear. So those patients, if you take down and you try to repair again, you can cut through the tissue. So don't do that. You just put it on the top, okay? And that can have better healing, yeah, as I show you. And in partial thickness tear, there is the articular side tear, dorsal side, and the intertendinous. So in these 3 groups, they will all have good outcome. You see, the articular side, dorsal side, intersubstance. All will have good outcome after the repair. But I myself never tried intersubstance. Yeah, Miguel, you share me your techniques about it. But if you want to do the articular side, you should put your Rgeneten more lateral to cover the lateral footprint. Yeah. So in my practice, I never tried the articular side here, the pasta lesion. So this is another patient. He had failed rotator cuff surgery. The patient is 50 years. This is my first patient that I do in revision surgery. So when I get in, you see the very bad tendon, right? I try to release. And I already discussed with the patient that I will do SCR for him. But once I get in, I do the nice release. And then I connect like side to side. Okay, like this, you see, I do side to side repair. And then I put Rgeneten on the top. So that is the MRI. 1 year after surgery. It's unbelievable. It looks so nice. Yeah, and the patient quite happy. So I don't need to do the ACR for this patient. So this another study, they found that you just put Rgeneten in the dorsal side tear like this, or full thickness tear. That is the stable tear without repair. They found that the outcome, the patient can put the sling shorter and can return to work faster. Okay, so comparing to the conventional repair. Okay, and this is for the medium and last side, also have the reduce the retaliate, right, significantly, 25% comparing to 8%. And this is a massive rotator cuff tear, also have higher healing rate. Okay, and the retaliate at 2 years also reduced 3 times, right, as I told you. Okay. So this is another meta-analysis study that found that lower retaliate, improve range of motion, and increase tendon thickness, and very safe. So in conclusion, this Rgeneten, okay, I think I believe it, because after I tried, but it's difficult for me to start. But once I start, I never stop. I cannot stop now. I cannot stop because the outcome is so good. Yeah, we can use in anything, but strict to the indication. Strict to the indication. We use in the dorsal side that is very dirty. Okay, and also in the back thin rotator cuff. So you can see that the patient will have better outcome. You can use in any cast size. Okay, you can use isolate or augmentation. Reduce the repair rate 3 times, and also you increase the thickness after the repair. Okay, thank you so much.